Hello and welcome to this video. My name's Chris, and if you are watching this, then the chances are that you're interested in learning more about the amazing Forex Trading Bot system from S Group known as Traiex. In a moment I'll play the English presentation of the Traiex system from my business partner Drew Burton, but if at any time you are interested in jumping in and becoming part of this amazing opportunity, just click the link in the description below for an in-depth step-by-step guide as to how you can benefit from this incredible technology. So without further ado, it's over to you, Drew.
So we'll get going here, guys, with this. And basically, the majority of this live today is going to be about the presentation for the new opportunity that Vadim was talking about. So I spent the last week or whatever putting this together for you guys. So I hope you enjoy it. And this is the first part of the presentation I put together for you guys here. And these are some points that we're going to be talking about. So, what I believe this is going to be is a solution for FOMO. So we'll talk a little bit about that. There's a great team environment and a look to the past. Handle your funds. Do you take on risks? That's a very important thing when it comes to trading, like how much risk do you actually want to take on? And then company future goals. So let's get going, guys. And the first thing here I want to talk about is FOMO. So this is a big thing of like, why would you want to use a bot? Why wouldn't you go out there and, there's things like, well, we'll take S Group, for example, companies like S Group where you're sending them the funds and then they're basically doing everything for you. You don't have to mess with the things that are going on in the background, like the actual trading or, the stress involved with that and all that kind of stuff, right? So in trading, most people fail because of a fear of missing out, meaning that they actually don't even end up placing trades or they enter the market in a totally wrong spot, which they didn't plan on doing. So that's FOMO, guys, is fear of missing out. So this happens when a trader feels unease due to the fear of losing a potential profitable trade. And then, and the result of that, they never end up taking a trade, or even worse, enter the market at an unsafe, bad position. So a trading bot basically eliminates FOMO, the fear of missing out, because if you think of a trading bot, guys, they're selecting where to enter into the market, and then also you can close out the trade on your own, but they can close out the trade for you at, potential, say I want to get on average, let's try and get 1% per trade. And then when it hits 1%, they're closing the trade out for you. So it can be totally, hands-free type thing, but that fear is still there, but it's not as bad when the robot is looking for the entries and it's, figuring out where to sell them, all that kind of stuff. So that is probably my number one thing when I think of, from a promotional point stand of view, or, why would I want to do this? It's basically to eliminate fear of entering the market, the fear of like getting started in your trade. And it can be pretty fearful, guys, when you're first starting there. Okay. So next slide here. So this is very, very interesting. Your referrals that you have in S Group will be like connected to the new system TRAIX. Okay. So it's going to basically, when you go in there, you log into your account, you're going to see your team inside your account. So something similar to how, when you logged into S-Trade there, guys, you can see some of your guys in S-Trade if you shared your link with your team. So it'd be something similar to that, except they're already going to be in there. So you don't have to go and share your link and, hope that people from your team, go and join you and stuff like that, guys. They're already going to be in there. So it's going to basically, if you already have a pre-existing team in S Group, guys, this is going to be already all set up for you. And that's freaking amazing, right? So if you've ever promoted anything before or done anything online, we all know that joining launches or joining someone's idea is kind of, if you're thinking about, you have a big following, you have, people that join you in opportunities and they trust the decisions you make and stuff like that, then most likely joining a launch or the idea of something and then jumping on board with that's probably not the smartest thing to do. So this is something that I thought about here, guys, which, gives me the purpose, the reason to sit here and even do this, right, to do this presentation for you. Because, if you know me, you know that normally you don't see me out there promoting stuff that hasn't even launched yet. Normally in my first presentations that I do, I'm saying things like, hey, this is why I chose this company. It's blah, blah, blah years old. Hey, here's the results from it, that type of thing, guys. And you never hear me say, this company hasn't even started yet. I'm so excited to get going with it. You don't hear me saying stuff like that. So this, from my point, guys, this is why I would do it. Okay. And I'm not saying this is why I do it, so this is why I think you should do it. I'm saying this is why I do it. Okay. Is because if we look to the past at S Group and the odds that S Group has shown to us with the past thing it's done, as you can see here on my screen, guys, all these opportunities, even if, for instance, SIPO, okay, when Vadim did a webinar, I think it was, 6-8 months ago, I remember him, well, I don't remember him saying, but I remember looking at the text of what he was saying there at that webinar was that, he wasn't really happy with the SIPO results. But then I'm thinking, I went in that, I made money. I made, I put in $500 in it. And then over the year, I think I made $94, which if you go look at the other opportunities in S Group, that's not the best, but still I made money and I got my $500 back. Right, from that investment. Like I decided to withdraw and then put it into one of the Forex directions there, right? So I made $94 in it. I got my 500 back. I put it in some other Forex direction there. And, overall, every investment throughout S Group, that's normally the one that people would think, okay, that didn't do as good. So if you just look at the overall, what S Group has put out, what they've done, guys, okay, you're looking at, 90 something to 100% success rate. So by basing judgment off that, like the past, looking to the past, how successful has this company been with the things it's rolled out? Have you made money in them? And the answer is always yes, guys. It's yes. Okay. And if things are not good or they don't like something, you hear them talk about it. You hear the leaders talk about, like I just did. You hear Vadim talk about, SIPO in the one of the webinars that he did, and also the liquidity mining, right? He talked about that he wasn't 100% happy with the results of it because it went from 30 to 10%. But hey, I was invested in that. I still made more money than I put in. Well, way more money than I put into it, right? So that's what I would say to the people out there that are like myself and they're looking at this and they're like, okay, S Group's rolling out this new opportunity. It deals with, basically it's a launch of a product, and you're in the same position as me where you're kind of not known for promoting launches. That's not really your thing. You don't really like messing with stuff like that. You like to mess with proven systems that you can feel confident telling people about and all that kind of stuff, guys. So with this is a different situation than that. Yes, it's a launch, but it's a launch from a company that's successful. Okay, so for instance, like this, you could take Tesla and use Tesla, the car company, as an example in the same manner, is that, if Tesla is going and they're launching a new car, do you have a feeling that car will be successful, right? Yes. Do you remember, maybe not, but I remember years and years ago when they first launched the Model S. Okay, I'm talking about Tesla because I love Tesla. We actually have 2 Teslas, right, in the house here. So when they launched the Model S, there was a ton of people, saying, oh, this isn't going to work. Who's going to buy EV cars? And, this is just crazy, like driving around with a battery, this is crazy kind of thing like that. And then now you go out and I would say every 20th car you see, well, at least in Canada and the US, like every 20th car you see, guys, it's a Tesla or it's an EV. They're all over the place now, right? Okay, so based upon that, this is what I'm saying is that if something is successful and you've seen in that company success over and over and over again, then the odds of them rolling something out and it being successful is successful, right? Okay, so I want you guys to think about that because I know going into this and myself promoting, that's going to be one of the things that people are asking. They're going to be like, why would I do this when there's 10,000 other bots out there that I could use? Okay, and we'll get into more, why I believe that S Group is going to be different, or I shouldn't even say S Group, but the new, bot platform here is going to be different than what we're seeing out there in the market. That honestly, I've tried a lot of stuff, guys, and I just don't really see how it works or anything like that from my past experience with using bots or, signal groups and all that kind of stuff. I really believe this is going to be different because S Group always puts out something that's different. And for some crazy reason, everything seems to work out to the members' favor and stuff, right? Okay, so we'll get going here to the next slide. And yeah, I think that's really important, guys, to think about what I just said there, right? Okay, especially if you're promoting. Okay, so handle your funds. So this is one big thing that Vadim went over there is, are you scared of trust management investing? Meaning something along the lines of, traditional investing through your bank. You're handing your funds over. You're not really understanding how the profits are being made. You're not the one making the profits. You can't see what's actually going on. You can't see that, for instance, I know both of my parents have big, that's their retirement is through their bank. That's traditional. If you're 60, 70, 80, you're probably not doing online things. You're getting your retirement funds and you're going to your bank. You're getting your whatever settlement from selling your house or whatever, moving into an old folks home. You're taking those funds, you're putting them into an investment through your bank or financial advisor, right? So that kind of investing, you don't know what's going on with your funds. With this, you're going to see everything. You'll understand why you didn't have a profitable trade. You'll understand why maybe even your trade came out in a loss, that type of thing. You'll understand everything because you're the one, you put the funds in that account. That bot is doing the trading and stuff. You're managing the balance on the exchange. Okay, so that just goes right along those lines of what I was saying, guys. You have full control over the funds in your account. They could buy the technology, the bot. They could use it for one day. They could be like, I didn't like whatever. They have some problem with it or something. They don't like it. Guys, they can go and leave. They can take all their funds out of their account and leave. They don't have to wait 3 months. They don't have to, if you've ever heard the story about myself with my traditional banking investment, about 7, 8, well, probably be about 9 years actually now. I put $21,000 into a retirement fund for myself. And, the goal was leave it in there until I'm 60, 70, whatever. And then, it turned into actual something, right? So about 7 years or so, it was in there. And it went from, I forget exactly what it started off with, but anyways, it came to about $21,000. And I decided to withdraw it and do something else with it. Right. And it ended up costing me like $17,000 or $16,000. That's what I got back out of it. Right. Okay. So with this here, guys, you're not paying like a 30% fee 3 months later, or you're not like the example, what I was saying there with my bank there is like 7 years later, they still charged me $4,000 or whatever it was to get my funds out or something like that. You could buy the technology, use it for one day, decide, hey, I don't like this, and then just take the funds out of the exchange if you don't like it, right? So, the availability to do that, that's pretty awesome if you think about it there, okay? So next thing here, balance is always accessible, no fees to hold your balance. So you're not paying to hold your fees there. I know that some exchanges, they'll go and they'll charge you, I don't know exactly what it's called, but they'll charge you a fee to hold your funds in the exchange for you. Okay, so they're not going to do that, which is really nice. And then, liquidities can be provided like the same style as the top exchanges out there, like Binance and stuff like that. That's actually the next screen here. This is the volume that, say, for instance, Binance does within 24 hours, guys. We're talking billions of dollars per day, or hundreds of millions of dollars per day is going through these, right? And then you look at the fees here, okay? So for instance, we'll just take Binance because everyone knows what Binance is. So a maker and a taker, so that basically means like buyer and seller, right? Okay, so a maker, they're charging a 2% fee, okay? A 4% fee would be the taker. So when you go and you place a trade or you go and you sell a trade, okay, that's the percentage that they're paying, okay, as the trader. So the exchange, that's how an exchange makes money, because we're going to get into the comp plan and the bonuses and commissions, and you have to understand this stuff here, right? How the company's going to make money to understand how they're going to do these commissions and bonuses, because it is pretty, I'll say phenomenal. It's pretty nuts, guys, when we get into that. Okay, so here's some stuff here about possibilities. You know, say you wanted to go and do some really risk trading there, guys, like use high aggression here, meaning high risk basically, and go for like a 20% return on your trades. So for instance, say you have $10,000 in your trading account and you want to allocate, you know, 70% of that, so $7,000 to your trades, and then you'd have $2,000 sitting on the balance. That would be like, I would say, pretty high risk, right? You're using 70%. And then on top of that, you're trying to get a 20% return on each trade there that you're placing. Okay, so that would be like a really aggressive strategy. You know, you can go and do really aggressive trading, or you can go and do something that's more moderate, like trying to get a 1 to 2% goal on your trades. Okay, so these bots you'll be able to set them up to your liking. It's not like it's going to come to you and, you know, it's set at 0.30% per day and that's it, basically, kind of thing. You can kind of go with, hey, I want to take some high risk here, and you know, you can have your bot settings to high risk, right? You know, you'll be able to go and use this as your own tool to promote. Okay, so you know, you could just promote this if you want. Okay, so for instance, myself, I'll be, of course, promoting S Group, probably focused on Prime, and I'm going to promote this as well. So I'm going to make an entirely different sales funnel for, you know, just this product, because it does cater to a totally different market than S Group, right? As we talked about there before, was managed funds. That's basically what S Group is. This is not really managed funds. You can see everything that's going on, and you can decide, hey, yeah, I want to, you know, I'm going to take $1,000 and I'm going to do really, really high risk on this because it's $1,000 I don't need at the end of the month. I'm going to allocate this $1,000. I'm going to try and make 20% per my trade, and I'm going to use 70% of my funds when I'm trading. Like, you could use, you know, that kind of high risk. So that is something else there to think about, guys, is that you could go and you could, you know, promote them separately if you want. So that'd be a pretty cool idea there, right? Bot technology here, full control over your trades. We already talked about that. You know, you can see everything that's going on. I'll just say that, right? Okay. One-time purchase for the bot technology. Okay. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later here. And then only fee you'll have is the exchange fee. So the, you know, buying and selling, the fee that the exchange is making off you when you place a trade or you sell your trade, that type of thing, the taker and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. Your balance is always accessible. We talked about that a lot. I think you guys are all clear on that. And see all open trades that the bot technology is managing. So really, guys, I just really want you to focus and think about that you can see everything, right? You can see the funds you have in there. You can see what's in your trades. You can see what the bot is doing, all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so next slide here. So this is the one where we're definitely going to get more information about this. Here's an example here of the bonus and commission structure, which when I first heard this, I was like, how the heck are they going to do that? If you're thinking, you know, you look at most companies out there, guys, they do cruises for their top leaders, bonuses. They do diamond rings. They do, you know, like I've been in a company that, you know, we got BMW, like things like that, right? Okay. I'm going to say it's freaking bananas. Okay. It's 2x of what S Group is in the commissions and bonuses and stuff. Okay. So think of this. I'll take myself, for example, here. Okay. So I'm at 15% in S Group. So I would be at 30% in the exchange. Guys, 30%. So the commission of a sale of a bot would be 30% commission. Is insane. So say, for instance, you're at like 13%, right? You'd be at 26% commission. That's a lot. You know, the commission is coming from the actual sale of the bot, Okay, so for instance, if someone buys, like this example here, for instance, someone comes along and buys a $10,000 bot, okay, you'll receive, in this example of 15%, which is now 30%, you'd receive a $3,000 commission for a sale of a bot. Okay, so you might be thinking right now, because I know I had some people on my team message me and say, it sounds like a one-time sale. Guys, it's not a one-time sale. Okay, you sell the technology, which is the bot, and then they use it, right? And if they like it, they continue to use it. Okay, so if they continue to use it for the second year, then they're paying a subscription fee to use it. Okay, so for instance, I don't know exactly what those subscription fees are going to be, but I think I heard something about them being $500 to $10,000 a year, which makes sense. Say, for instance, you have a $10,000 a year subscription fee, you're trading on $100,000. These are just numbers, guys. Don't base anything off this, but say you're making 1% a day or 0.75% a day on average. I don't know. Could be less, could be more, whatever kind of thing, right? Then you're making much more than you even have in your trading account per year, and you're only paying $10,000 to do that. Okay, so this is pretty exciting when you think about it, guys, and you can see like how lucrative this business is going to be. Okay, from the bots, this is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. From the bots that you sell, you're going to earn a percentage of what they earn. Okay, so think of that. It's probably not going to be huge. I don't think it'd be huge. Like, it's not going to be like how the company works where, S Group, where you deposit $100 and you're making 50% and the company's making 50%. It'd probably be nothing like that. Like that would just be insane. But think of that. Every bot that you sell, you're making this big, huge 2x commission basically on the bot. And then of course, they're going to continue to use it. So then you're making that per year basically off your sales of your bots. So if you just focus on selling the bots, say you sell 4 a month, in 3 years, you've got a really nice residual commission of thousands of dollars per month type thing in just bot sales, right? But then on top of that, you're earning a percentage of the product, profit that each bot you've sold is making. And you think about this, some of these guys out there are going to be buying the 10,000, like for instance, myself, I'll buy a $10,000 bot, right? So that means that the profit you'd be making off the percentage that bot is earning would probably be pretty nice, right? So think of that. You do that 10 times over a year, and that could turn into, a nice little income stream for yourself as well. So there's something to think about. Token system here, guys. This has already started. I participated in, and as I said, some of my team members participated in as well. And then the last thing here is what the future holds. Okay, so we're talking about the information that's going to come out at the October 14% plus event. At the event, guys, they're going to show testing of the bot. I'm trying to rush myself. I gotta slow down. They're going to provide trainings. There will be lots more information at that time. The cost will range from $500 to $10,000 a year for the bot technology. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's it. So see you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.
So there you go. And if you're not excited by that presentation, I would check your pulse. It is a game changer in the world of automated trading bots, and you can get a piece of the action by clicking the first link in the description below. Join our team and we will help you every step of the way to get you set up. And I will catch you soon in another Traiex video when I'll be giving you a totally transparent proof of my personal results. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be the first one to hear and see those results. My name's Chris. I'll catch you soon in another video. Take care. Bye-bye.